Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Fat Cat Collections, and today I want to share with you guys another great product for your home, and that is another one of these awesome LED floodlights. So let me show you what you get here, and these are badass, guys. Check this out. This is a 30-watt equivalent version here. You can see all the lights right here. We have the the IR sensor right in the corner there. It does come with the IR remote control. Only downside to this is that I have so many devices that use the same remote. I've been meaning to go to Harbor Freight and pick up one of the little engraving tools so I can engrave on the back of this exactly what these are used for, you know, because I have like the stair light, the string lights under the counters, and a lot of times some are universal, they work together, other times it's a different remote. So a good way to kind of keep organized on that. But these are fantastic. I've worked with a lot of different companies over the years, and I never get sick of getting these. I've used them in the backyard, I use them in the garage. What's great about these is that you have RGB, all the different colors. You can basically have it flash, and you know, look like you can make your garage into like a dance club or your home, right? So it's fantastic. I don't know how many of these I already have, but this is the largest variation in this style. The design on this is very similar across brand. I will say some of the other ones did not have the infrared sensor on the front. I do like they included that right on the front of this. I know some of the other ones, sometimes it's a little bit hard to get the remote to change color or turn on or off. So that's really nice they put that right in the front there. This thing is awesome, guys. You have IP65 water resistance. I have two of these. How many do I have? I have 4 of these in my backyard. They're the smaller versions. I think they're like the 15-watt versions, different company. But I got them kind of shooting up behind the TV, shooting up at the back of my, I guess the second story of my house. And it's just, they put out some just awesome ambiance and some cool lighting. I mounted two of these. The company was nice enough to send me 4 of these. I mounted 2 of them in my garage. And basically when I'm in there working out, I can crank up the music, put these in flash mode or strobe mode, and it's like a dance club in there. Especially in this day and age where, you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, a lot of people are staying. Now, let me just state, I prefer, I'm kind of a loner when it comes to, I'm not a guy who likes going to the gym. I don't like being around a lot of people. I'm not a super social guy, believe it or not. So I love being able to work out at home. And as I increase the size of my gym, I'll be able to, you know, do more and more. And it's great. I should have did it years ago. It's just, for me, it's a pain in the ass having to drive down there and, you know, wait to get on equipment. I'd much rather be able to run downstairs, bust it out in a half hour, 45 minutes, and be done. But we want the space that we're gonna be working out and be comfortable and nothing. It's kind of cool to crank up the music, get the lights going, and I don't know. It just makes it feel a little more. I don't know if I want to use the word festive, but more fun, right? So again, let me show you close up here. You can see the LED lights on this here. Now you do have. Now these are not orange and yellow LEDs. You have the white, and then you have the 2 different color LEDs, and I'm not sure what the difference is. I've seen some of these that don't have the color or the yellow and orange colored LED on here. Ultimately, these things all shine RGB. So let me just go ahead and show you guys, you know, what it looks like. It's going to be a little bit tough on a YouTube video to see exactly how bright it is, but these are pretty awesome. So let's just check it out here. Let me unwrap the cord. You do get about a 6-foot cord, and of course you have the bracket built onto this. I don't know if you can see that by the video, but there's a bracket already attached. You just loosen this with an Allen wrench, and you can mount this and swivel it wherever you want to mount it. It's kind of a cool thing I did in my garage. I actually took out my garage door opener. I took out a few of the screws on the bottom of the enclosure and mounted these lights to that, so I can actually turn them, face them. I can kind of shining on my archery wall, my air rifle wall. And like I said, you can just crank up the music. It just makes it a lot of fun. You know, now you may not want to make your garage like a dance club or like a workout room, whatever. You could put these again in your landscaping. In my case, like I said, I put them in the back of my house, and they just kind of have that nice glow, kind of eerie, cool glow on the back of the house. So let's take a look at these. Let me just unwrap this real quick here. Now, the only downside I'll say to some of these lights is that if you want to get warm white, a lot of times you get the RGB, you get the different colors, but a lot of times you really can't dial in that warm white color. So let's see what these look like here. Let me plug this in. So hopefully you can see by the video right off the bat, this is a super bright white. I'd say this definitely has closer to what I would consider like a 6500 Kelvin temperature. Let me just see if everything works here. So obviously on-off works. Let me just go ahead and try the blue. And you guys probably can't see that on the video. Let's go like that if we can here. We got the green, red, purple. Purple's cool. It's almost like a UV. It's a nice color, purple. We get the strobe light effect. Of course, you can go fade, which is a little bit slower. You can go smooth, white. Now let's go back. Sometimes I can try to duplicate warm white with yellow. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, more of a green. The closest you're going to get to warm white is kind of the orange. Let me turn this sucker off here. And see what they do is, in order to get the colors, they actually layer the different lights. So probably some of these LEDs on here, I know they, sometimes you'll see LEDs that have like the red, blue, and green individual LEDs. With these, they have an orange and yellow, and that's probably to maybe save on the LEDs. I'm not 100% sure. Again, I know I have string lights like downstairs that are the old school string lights. They have a red, green, blue, and then a white LED, and how they get all the colors just by layering the colors. So if you get kind of close to it, if they're shining onto a floor, you can see the individual LEDs, but when that color kind of blends together, you get the color you're trying to achieve. With this, what I notice is when you put it on the bright white, your white lights are just on. When you put it on, turn this on again. When you put it on bright white, all LEDs are on. So when you put it on blue, the blue LEDs, looks like the yellow LEDs are on. You put it on green, the yellow LEDs are on. And you put it on red, the red LEDs are on. And if you change colors, of course, God, it's bright. It'll kind of layer the colors. So I think what they've done is try to use these specific LEDs to duplicate color. Maybe each one of these LEDs actually, I'm not sure how the orange, I understand how the orange LED or the orange colored LED on this, if you can see it by the video, I can see how that would produce a red, but maybe they're combination LEDs. I'm not really 100% sure on how these work. Like I said, I know another LED lights I've had like this, you have the red, green, and blue, and then of course you have the white. With this, you have 3 different LEDs. So probably different technique in layering the color. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, they work great. Only downside, you're not going to get that warm white. And I gotta tell you, like most of the lights I've reviewed, a lot of these Amazon products, they just never have a nice warm white. It's always going to be, and same thing with car products. If you're going to get the inexpensive, like retrofit bulbs for your car, like in my Honda, I have a set of 194 wedge LED bulbs, so you get kind of like that cool city light look, but there's certain colors you just can't get. This is a nice bright white. I wish my car lights looked like this, but you gotta sacrifice somewhere, especially for the price. So that's about it, guys. So again, you get the light, you get the remote, 6-foot power cord, and this is great, you get ground stakes. A lot of the other companies I've seen don't give you ground stakes. This is nice if you're going to put these kind of in your landscaping, depending on the type of house you have, and you want to kind of shoot this up at the wall or shoot this up at the siding. It's up to you as far as where you want to mount these. So it's nice to give you that regardless. As far as price point of this, this is directly off the Amazon listing. And I encourage you guys, if you're in the market for picking these up, just go to the listing, read more about the information. So they have a couple different variations on these lights. They are done in, looks like, and it's a little bit confusing, if you go to the Amazon listing, you're going to see 2 lights, and although they sent me a 4-pack, they are available in 2 light packs. So I'm not sure if maybe they changed the listing or whatnot, just not sure. But for $34 shipped with Amazon Prime, you get 2 of these, which is pretty incredible. Now, if you want more power, which I can't imagine you would, but if you really want the more powerful ones, they're going to run you $34 shipped for the 30 watt, $46 for the 50 watt. The 50 watt, it says 1P, I'm not sure what that means. Oh, 1 piece, duh. $26.99, you get 1 in the 50 watt variation. If you want to get the 100 watt variation, $65, and then you can just get cool white. If you're looking for, I don't know why you just want to get cool white. When you're spending the money, you might as well spend a little bit more and get the RGB. I think that's fantastic. So, again, right off the listing here, you have... the remote says has a sensing distance of 19 to 26.2 feet. I'll have to put that to the test. I've used a lot of these lights before, and I almost have to put it within 1 feet now, or 1 foot. Now, it probably depends on the juice you have in the battery. With this, what's great about this is, and I hope that if you guys order, you guys get the same thing I got. Each remote came with an extra battery. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if maybe they just did that for me, but regardless, mine did. Maybe yours will as well. Again, IP65 waterproofing. waterproofing, water resistance, I like to call it. Flexible adjustment, I showed you that already in the bracket. Remote, take that with a grain of salt. You may have to get a little bit closer, but you're not going to be able to. 26 feet is pretty far for this to work. Again, maybe if you have full charge on the battery. Only downside to these lights, or lights like this, that I would say, and what I recommend that you guys get is get a universal learning remote with this if you're going to order these, or anything that's infrared. Get something very basic where you can program some of the main functions. So let's just say your battery goes out, you want to still be able to turn them on, you'll have a backup remote, or just order a bunch of batteries. I can't tell you, I'm always going through these batteries, and luckily I'm always getting a fresh supply of stuff. And a lot of the remotes do work with other devices. A lot of them are interchangeable, but a lot of them aren't. Just kind of keep that in mind. What I've done on a few of mine, I actually have a Broadlink smart remote, and so I've programmed a few of the main features, or some of the main colors. Like I like blue a lot, obviously you guys can see by my office. What I do is I program like blue, red, and green, the basic colors, into those remotes, and I can use my voice with the Amazon Smart Home Assistant or the Google Assistant to actually turn these things on or off. Another great thing about these too, I've said it before, a lot of times when it comes to smart home tech, if you're going to hook this into a smart home switch where you want it voice controlled, a lot of times with certain devices that have infrared remotes and have electronic switches or buttons, which what I mean by that is there's not actually a switch. It's electronically done when you press the button on or off. A lot of times and stuff like that, if you plug it into a smart wall socket and turn it off, when you turn it back on, the thing defaults to off. With these, they will default to wherever you left it. So if you turn this on, like I just had it on, and I unplug it, if you plug it back in, it's going to stay on, so, which is great because otherwise you wouldn't be able to use these with smart home smart switches. You'd always have to use the remote. What's nice about this with a lot of these things, I always kind of keep it blue, I kind of set the color and I don't really change it a lot, so I can hook it up to a smart socket and then turn it on or off without the remote, just leave it on. So keep that in mind. It's a great way if you're going to add these to your landscape, your garage, your home, to have a little bit of smart control with that as well. Again, you won't be able to change the colors, but on or off is your main thing. I think a lot of times when we set a color, we just kind of leave it. Or if you're going to have it change color with that smooth or strobe light function, it'll default right to that. Like I said, in my garage, lately I've been doing my workouts in there. I crank up the music and I just give the voice command and they turn on. I have two of them hooked up to a smart socket and the garage just comes alive. So pretty cool. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank, the company name is T-SUNUS. T-S-U-N-U-S. There's a lot of the companies that sell this kind of stuff. You're going to get the same product with different brand names. I can only speak on this particular one. It's great. It works awesome. The price is amazing. I mean, $34 for two. It's super competitive for a 30-watt light like this. And it's a great way to add some fun to your home. So let me know if I can help you guys in any way. As always, if you like the content, do subscribe to the channel, but click the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. As always, guys, drop me an email, drop me a comment if you have any questions. I can't imagine you will with something like this, but if you do, I'm always here to help you guys. Links are in the description if you want to make a purchase. Please do it through my links. And as always, guys, have a great evening and take care.